So we're here in Clovis, California. We just finished installing a new fill valve in the hall bath, and we just used Fluid Master. You could get one from Kohler, but this is what we use on all of our fill valve installations, and they're typical. So the Fluid Master 400A, and we never have problems with them. It's a generic. You know, you go to Kohler and try and get that and order it from them. It's the same functionality. So the old one gave up. It was cracked at the bottom. Homeowner showed me, and you can see whatever happened right here at the bottom. It separated. It cracked right there and separated from the body. You can see right here, completely separated. Don't know what happened, but the main thing is that was cracked and it was making some tremendous noise. So that's great. So unfortunately, when we got here, we tried to shut the water down and it wouldn't shut off. So the old valve, actually in here, it's a multi-turn valve, and we shut it down with just a little bit of water coming through. Additionally, we shut the water down, you know, to the home because we couldn't work on the toilet because this would not shut down. So once you disconnect it from the supply line from the toilet, this just keeps running and running and running. And it's usually because of the multi-turn. Let me see if there's anything in there. Hard to see if there's anything in there that would have been causing it, but anyway, so usually the rubber just wears out, and I don't have very good light in here. Looks like the rubber's peeled back. Yeah, the rubber's just kind of inside out and backwards in there. It's sticking through the hull, and it's kind of creased up in there. Anyway, so that one didn't function. We shut the house down. Additionally, what happened is we opened this up, got a bucket, got the little Home Depot bucket right there, and started draining the water down, and it started back siphoning the water heater. So we went out there. Of course, you know, you got a pump on here, recirculation system. Can't remember where the crossover valve is, and I don't remember if I installed it or not. But so we shut the valves off. We shut the cold water off to the water heater. We shut the hot water valve as that's part of the return line on the pump. So that was all off, and then we could drain this down. So no big deal, just a few extra steps. Got all the water out of there. Pulled the valve off. Now what we've got is a quarter turn shutoff valve. So this little guy now, if you want to work on it, it's fantastic because this guy just quarter turn off. Sorry about the shaking and bumping, trying to one hand this, but so that guy, quarter turn on, quarter turn off, so that's good. And then of course this guy, it flushes correctly. See, the whole bowl dumps, good. And then you can see, you know, it's filling correctly. I'm going to talk a little bit louder because the toilet's making noise. But as that fills, you can see it's going to come to a hard stop. So the main thing you're looking for is flushing correctly, filling correctly, and then of course shutting off correctly. So we got the float adjusted. We're leaving the flapper in place. It's a Corky, and I believe we've replaced this. I was looking at my documentation, I think 2016, and two toilets, I think is what I read. We replaced flappers, so that guy's still good. It's one of the, you know, we've got a Kohler here that we could replace it with. Actually, right here, that's the direct replacement part. But also, this is what we used last time. It's Corky, it's universal, so it's a 3-inch valve. So nothing's wrong with that. You could hear, we flushed it, we filled it, it shut off, and it's not making any noise. So that's great. And there's no leaking, so that's good too. Let me see, we got some water down here, so I'll check that, make sure everything's good before we go. But, so everything's installed correctly. We replaced the shutoff valve, we replaced the supply line. We always do that when we work on a toilet. We replaced the fill valve, we left the flapper in place, and outside of that, this installation is done.